Incy Wincy Spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Don't you run away.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. Don't celebrate Diddy getting off just yet. The Puff Pass certainly not over, and this Diddy party is just getting started. There is a lot of celebration. There are Diddy fans squirting each other with baby oil outside of the courthouse. I don't even know. I don't even know what to make of this. People are mentally ill. There are disturbed people in the world. How you could celebrate something like this, I don't know. You should dropped your weave, dropped your wig. That's enough of that. Yeah, Diddy falls to his knees in the courthouse as Diddy fans squirt each other with baby oil, wearing shirts say, "It's a Freako, not a Rico." Got it. So the feds totally blew it, right, on their federal charges against Diddy. But Diddy now faces an avalanche of civil charges and other state charges. And one of them is very serious and took a massive turn today. Something that we've often asked in this case and the Epstein case and so on is, who are the accomplices exactly? If you're going to bring a RICO charge against somebody, that means that the feds saw Diddy as a kingpin inside of a criminal enterprise. Where are all the other criminal convictions? A RICO charge, by its entire architecture and setup, means that Diddy sits at the top of a criminal enterprise, and there are all these other generals and all these other heavies underneath him that are committing crimes. And so you need to arrest them, charge them, flip them on their boss all the way up the pyramid. That's how it happens. That's how it happens with the mob. RICO charges have been successfully charged pretty famously in New York, but they didn't do any of that. They didn't do that with Epstein, right? Like, Epstein was sex trafficking, right? But to who? To no one, apparently, because no one's ever been charged with being an Epstein client. Weird how that works. I want to focus in on a couple of civil lawsuits that I think will be the undoing, actually, of Diddy. Sean Diddy Combs accused of sexual assault in new civil suits. A ton of suits have been filed by a specific attorney named Tony Busby. Sean Diddy Combs, facing a wave of new sexual assault and rape accusations, New York NBC News obtained 5 new civil suits filed on Sunday, 7 total by Texas-based attorney Tony Busby. The 5 suits include allegations that Combs sexually assaulted plaintiffs for years. 2 of the plaintiffs are men, 3 are women. Some of them were as young as 13 years old. Combs also accused of drugging them. Busby, who told NBC News that he plans to file 7 suits total. "We will let the allegations in the filed complaints speak for themselves, and will work to see that justice is done." Combs did not immediately respond. So what's going to happen here? Well, the filings did speak for themselves, and what they said was that JayZ is complicit in this. JayZ accused of, in a civil lawsuit, of illegal acts, horrifying acts with a 13-year-old girl. And JayZ, star rapper and entertainer, whose real name is Sean Carter, is accused in a lawsuit of illegal acts with a 13-year-old girl. And Sean Diddy Combs, the anonymous accuser known as Jane Doe, said the assault happened when she was driven to an MTV Music Awards after party. The federal lawsuit, originally filed in October, Southern District of New York, listing Combs as a defendant, refiled Sunday to include Carter. Texas-based attorney Tony Busby filed the suit, did not comment. JayZ called it idiotic. Okay. So I want to talk really quickly about JayZ because he's just incredibly mysterious and left totally out of the news cycle when it comes to this Diddy stuff. You know, the people who know JayZ and know Beyonce have gone out and done a lot of media. And they've said that he's a really, really bad person. There have been lawsuits filed against him and Beyonce, alleging some pretty horrible and heinous acts. Obviously, these are just lawsuits. People can file them. They can be frivolous, whatever. But when you listen to the people who know them, the people who worked with them, the people who, were on video talking about their relationship with them, it starts to really paint a pretty disturbing constellation of this industry and how sick it is. Right? It ensnares some of those powerful people in
No,
America.
ain't no party like a Diddy party. So
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
Hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy.
Ain't no party like a Diddy party, right? Okay, well, what was happening at those Diddy parties with some of the most famous rappers and celebrities that Diddy knew, including Beyonce and JayZ? And there's Jaguar Wright, who knows them and explains what she believes was going on.
Thousands. I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim
Keeping people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. Unconscious. There's a lot of things that people don't want to talk about, Pierce.
Okay. You know, that went pretty thermonuclear when those charges were being brought and those allegations were being brought against JayZ and Beyonce. Is there any merit to them? Is there any merit to any of this, or is it just wild speculation for clicks, right? Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Massive news out of the JayZ case. JayZ denies the claims in the Busby lawsuit, says it's an extortion saga, and his strong denial. And then, of course, he is sued Tony Busby back. The judge in that case has thrown it out, meaning that the judge, at the very least, sees a reason for the lawsuit to move forward in this. Judge dismisses JayZ's extortion defamation lawsuit against Tony Busby. California judge reversed course again in a case surrounding a lawyer who is suing Sean Combs on behalf of multiple alleged victims. Okay, let's read. A California judge reversed course again on Monday and fully dismissed JayZ's extortion defamation case against Texas lawyer Tony Busby. In a 65-page ruling, Los Angeles County Judge Mark Epstein, interesting, hopefully no relation, says he was not wholly satisfied with his decision. He tried to balance the competing interests at play and would wait for the Court of Appeals to step in to determine whether he was right or wrong. He ended his ruling with the phrase, "Stay tuned." JayZ, whose real name is Sean Carter, sued Busby last year with claims the high-profile Houston attorney knew he was peddling lies when he filed a lawsuit accusing Carter of being the male celebrity who raped a 13-year-old girl alongside Sean Diddy Combs in a New York party 25 years ago. Carter claims Busby sent him 2 demand letters in early November to squeeze him for money. He claims a week later that Busby named him as a co-defendant in the Jane Doe's lawsuit because he refused to pay the secret settlement. Okay. But the judge has now thrown that defamation suit out. Tony Busby to JayZ, "I'm going to give your lawyers a haircut. I want a lot of money for the dismissed lawsuit." Tony Busby is taking a victory lap around JayZ because after the judge dismissed the lawsuit JayZ filed against him, Busby told him he's planning to go after the attorney for a lot of money. JayZ was suing Busby for extortion. California judge stepped in and tossed the lawsuit out. Now Busby is licking his chops, telling TMZ the case was dismissed in a lengthy, well-reasoned opinion, and he said he's going to ask for a lot of money for defending against a meritless case. "We have a long history of winning. We won't be deterred in our important work." All right. So, I mean, at the very least, the judge throwing out the defamation suit, there has to be some type of merit to this, meaning somewhere the judge is saying, "Hey, listen, this case deserves to go forward and at the very least be heard," right? The JayZ's attorney says he intends to file an appeal of the decision. Yet another huge win. John Doe's case against me and the Busby law firm alleging extortion and defamation was thrown out by the court. As I said, when it was filed, the case was completely meritless. We will now seek attorney fees against John Doe for bringing the legally flawed case. you go. Superior Court judge has dismissed JayZ's extortion defamation case. There you go. JayZ's filed an appeal. The judge dismisses the case. Big news today. What's going on next? I don't know. I guess we'll see. I mean, take it to trial, right? Prove it. I mean, like, listen, we saw what people did to Donald Trump. Every false allegation that could possibly be made against Trump was made. Trump had to fight it. It takes a lot of work. Sucks that it happens. So go prove your innocence, right? Let it stand on its own merits. I mean, the people who've worked closely with JayZ, don't say nice things about him.
Time for us to address the elephant in the room.
R. Kelly was the first corporately sponsored pedophile. Everybody knew.
Once the came out on R. Kelly, JayZ fled the scene.
The point was he knew all the time.
For 20 years, JayZ refused to speak out against R. Kelly, but his former partner, Dame Dash, won't stay silent.
Aaliyah is key to everything. Aaliyah and I were very serious. We talked about getting married, so I knew exactly what went on.
She'd just be like, no, that's a bad man.
R. Kelly did indeed marry his protege, the 15-year-old singer Aaliyah Houghton.
Like, Aaliyah was like the sacrificial lamb for all that.
22-year-old rising star Aaliyah has been killed in a horrific plane crash.
It's a pain that you couldn't understand.
It changed you, turned you into a monster. When Dame was at his lowest, Jay committed the ultimate betrayal.
I had so much trust in my brother, but he did things that I thought he would never do. So what you think I felt all these years?
For 20 years, R. Kelly's power protected him.
At that time, we did not look hard enough.
You remember Aaliyah's album cover?
Age ain't nothing but a number. Sitting back there like Perv Master.
I mean, I wasn't there. You know, I ain't have nothing to do with that.
They made a song together called Not Guilty. Anybody that knows what happened to my girl that with me should not be with homie, period.
Tell me about the relationship with JayZ. You and JayZ formed Rockefeller Records in the 90s. Are you and JayZ still friends?
Well, you know, but there's been things where he's been in business with people that are against my honor code. So because of that, I kind of have to keep a distance.
As you hear all this other stuff in the news with R. Kelly, how does that make you feel about him?
I was just shocked at how long he got away with it.
I mean, okay. You know, the people that work with him don't say very nice things about him. There's a lot of lawsuits. And now judges are saying, no, these lawsuits have merits, and they're going to go forward. So we'll see what happens next with JayZ and with Diddy. But I think this whole R. Kelly point is a really great point. Remember, R. Kelly was originally let off the hook for the allegations against him. He was retried and was found guilty. He's going to be spending the rest of his life in prison. Of course, his life's ruined. So we'll see. The wheels of justice certainly do turn slowly. But thankfully, they do turn. We hope. We'll see. It's your boy Manny. Like, share, and subscribe for more details on all of this. See ya.